Welcome to the free monthly tarot scopes. Be sure to check your rising and moon for more details and visit VickieVerley.com for personal readings, decks, books, t-shirts, art, and more. Thank you for all your continued support, including donating, liking, commenting, sharing. Now without further ado, on to your free reading. Hi Virgos, thanks for joining me for the January 2018 readings. I'm still recovering from my fracture here, so I lay the cards out ahead of time because it just takes me a little longer. But we're going to always going to be using the Rock and Roll Tarot deck, followed by the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle card for the month. You got to get them while they last. The year ahead readings, which are always really popular, and they're very diverse. I do a numerology, I do astrology, and there's some major astrology stuff going on this year, so I relate it just to your chart. It's a tarot reading, 4 quarters of a year, where I can really nail down some timing for you, and then ending off with the animal totem for you for the year. So it's a lot of different things, always very popular. Will only be available for a limited time, so until the end of December, so if you want to get it, you got to get it soon. I want to talk about some astrology before we get into the tarot, because there's a big thing happening this month. There is a full moon and the 1st in Cancer. Then there's a new moon in Capricorn on the 16th, and then there's another full moon on the 31st, so it's a blue moon, and it's also a total lunar eclipse in Aquarius. Oh, excuse me, it's not Aquarius, it's in Leo, happening when the sun's in Aquarius. But it's a lunar eclipse in Aquarius, so it's almost like whatever we started back at that other eclipse, back in the Leo eclipse in the summer, 8/21, it's going to be related. So it would benefit everybody. I think I need to move this camera up a tinge. It benefits you to kind of look into what was going on at that time of the Leo eclipse on 8/21. What were you thinking, doing, planning, what happened? Because almost certainly for everybody it's going to relate. This new eclipse on the 31st will, the lunar eclipse I should say, will relate. Could eclipse something out of your life that was a nuisance at that time. It could bring something to culmination that you began at that time. So lots of good things. Speaking of that, I mean, and there's numerology into it. 2018 is an 11 year. I mean, you can do all that. But this is not just any numerology thing. It was just something I happened to notice, that the eclipse happened on 8/21. And now we're moving into January of 2018, and it's all the same numbers. It's 8s, 2s, and 1s. So there's a correlation there too, some kind of correlation, but it also works out in the astrology as well. Okay, so let's take a look at this reading. First card out is the King of Pentacles, so probably you, the Earth sign person, the Taurus, the Capricorn, Virgo, in the upright position, representing as a king. So in these readings there's gender neutral, but the king still is somebody who's older, wiser, more experienced, and you're seeing the way to go. I mean, you got 2 aces here, so it's a kind of a new beginning for you. We've got 2 aces here, and then you're seeing a 2, which is also a low number. You see the way to go. You see the path to go along. You know, you see where you want to go, and if you're younger, this may be you envisioning yourself in the future as the king. You know, I think in many cases age is not a matter, because you're only at the beginning of this, but you see where you want to be further down the road with this thing. And it certainly does seem to be a lot about money, because you have 9 of Pentacles. Ace of Cups is love, and it very well could be love. By the way, I didn't do a lot to love again this month. I will have them back in some form or fashion in January for the Valentine's, but I may go to a different provider other than Vimeo. There's a lot of things, but Ace of Cups again could be love, and you could be in partnership with somebody who's really cool and you really like, and this would be a friendship as well as a love affair. But with all these pentacles around, it sort of seems more like it's financial related. But the Ace of Cups with the financial implications says that you really love what you're doing. And that's also the message of the 8 of Pentacles, talking about doing something you really love, doing what you love, and the money follows. You're so enthralled in doing it. Yeah, money's flying out, but you're just really, that's not your area. It's not his area of focus, if you look. His area of focus is, he's so into doing it. And Nine of Pentacles, it is bringing you know, financial prosperity and abundance and financial independence. Some of you may be moving or changing your home by the end of the month. Something's coming back to you that's been missing or taken away, or something that was a blockage is unblocked and you're free to move on. When these two come together, a lot of you might start working from home. That's a very common thing when these two cards would show up together. The High Priestess is here, so let's talk about listening to your intuition. Your intuition's going to be right on. Your intuition is going to be... I feel like your intuition told you about this already. Like you were hoping, or you had this inner feeling like this might happen, and you were kind of wanting it or hoping for it. And now it's like, yeah, it's really going to happen, and you're real excited about that. I had another thought about it. Oh, if you're Virgo rising, then Capricorn, where all this action is, we've got the full moon there, we have the solstice, Saturn's going into Capricorn. It could cause you to get real about fifth house matters, which is love, but also creativity. So it could bring a long-term relationship. It also could make something that was just a creative idea, make it into a reality. Not without hard work and effort, but of course, you know, Virgos aren't afraid of a little hard work and effort. You thrive on it. So, yeah, it's a good month. I'm hearing turnarounds. Things are going to turn around, or there's going to be turnarounds. There could be turnarounds. For everyone, we want to think back to that eclipse on 8/21. What was going on? And that was been really close to many of your birthdays. You know, if you're a late degree or late August, early degree Virgo. Ease is really popping out at me. By the way, if things pop out at you on these cards, you know, definitely go with that and let that happen. So it looks really favorable. New beginnings. You're seeing down the road, you're seeing what could be, and you're making it a reality, and it's starting to really happen. It's not just a pipe dream anymore. It's having its foundations in reality, becoming a real thing. It's a real thing. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. We'll have to look that up, maybe. Is this one card only? Let's see. Yeah, the Raven. Well, ravens are the messengers, and they bring news, and they're magical. Take a look at it. Magic, myth, legend, and lore. The Raven is calling you to awaken to mystery and enchantment. That's the High Priestess vibe. It is time to shapeshift your life into what you want it to be. Yeah. So you're seeing what you want your life to be, and you can actually, you know, make it a reality. That's what I was saying. I want to look up that Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing. I think that's sort of like a, you know, love song, if I'm not mistaken. But maybe there's some insights. Usually when I get songs, there often are messages in there. Well, I'm looking at the whole thing as Ain't Nothing Like the Real Thing, baby. I got your picture hanging on the wall, but I can't see or come to me. But it can't see or come to me when I call your name. I realize it's just a picture inside a picture frame. When I saw that, I immediately thought of vision boards. You know, and these days you don't even have to do the whole pasting of the vision board. You can just do like a Pinterest page. You know, I use a lot of my Pinterest pages, and a lot of them are private, but they're more or less vision boards. You know, you just put them all. It's a collection of images that you can look at and focus on for whatever reason. For creative ideas, I use Pinterest boards for that a lot too, but you know, it could be a Pinterest board. It doesn't have to be, you know, you don't have to get the cardboard, although you could. You still do it that way. I read your letters when you're not near me, but they don't move me and they don't groove me. Like when I hear your sweet voice whisper in my ear. I play the game, a fantasy. I pretend I'm not in reality. I need your shelter. I need your arms to comfort me. Well, that's what I'm talking about with these cards and your fifth house getting activated. That's like, you know, playing the game. You know, it's a fantasy. It's not reality, but it can change. It can be a reality. I got some memories to look back on, and though they help me when you're gone, I'm well aware nothing can take the place of you being there. No other sound is quite the same as your name. No touch can do half as much as make me feel better, so let's get together. Ain't nothing like the real thing, baby. Well, it could be that. I mean, it could be a love thing. Totally could. And this could be another person. It doesn't have to be you. This could be your love partner or your business partner with the Two of Rods also. But whatever the case, you're visualizing your future, and now it's starting to become a reality, and you're working, and it is going to bring financial gains. It certainly seems that way. Okay. All right, Virgos. Well, thanks for tuning in, and I've been mentioning this, and just like we tip our, we tip our maybe our favorite waitresses, or end of the year our postmen or doormen. We give them a nice tip. You might want to consider doing that with the YouTube readers, and not just me, or any of your favorite YouTube readers. And it doesn't have to be at a large amount. It can be a small amount, but it's totally, it's not mandatory by any means. It's just a little thought and suggestion. But I do appreciate all the donations that I do get throughout the year, and all the other ways that you support me. I appreciate you so much by liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. You can hit that button down below, or over here. And purchasing my wares, including decks and books. I have all sorts of stuff. If you visit my website, you can see it. And then, of course, the year ahead readings, got to get them while they last, because they will be ending soon. If you're watching this in December, they're still available. If you're watching this in January, you might have to wait till next year. But always very popular, very insightful, covers a lot of different things. It's pretty unique and cool, I think, anyway. Okay, Virgos, so thanks again so much. Remember that you are love and beauty incarnate. Have a great new year, a great 2018, and a great new lunar eclipse, I should say. Lunar eclipse. Okay, talk to you soon.